Je peux informer les Lavallois que j'ai contacté le maire de Laval ce matin, que j'ai convoqué le commissaire de l'Agence du revenu du Canada et que nous travaillons main dans la main à trouver une solution qui sera dans l'intérêt des Lavallois.
Canada's Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne in the House of Commons yesterday saying he's on it. He's all over this case of the city of Laval being forced to pay the taxes of the former mayor that stole money from the city. So this is a crazy story. The CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, they want $1 million check. They're seeking the money that's owed by former mayor Gilles Vaillancourt. Now, documents consulted by Radio-Canada reveal that the CRA actually wants to levy taxes on a sum of $7 million, which had been stolen by former mayor Gilles Vaillancourt from the city of Laval, then hidden in an account in Switzerland. Now, this is the law here. Even if you make money on crime, you have to pay the taxes on it. Now, the city recovered the money in 2016, but the CRA says they should receive 14% of it, $1 million. The mayor of Laval, of course, calls this situation absurd. Let's speak to him now. Stephane Boyer joins us on the line. Mayor Boyer, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Makos.
So let me ask you first things first about François-Philippe Champagne and if you've had conversations and what's the latest on this dossier?
Yeah, he did call me yesterday after the news broke out in the media. So I'm currently waiting to see, if he will be able to bring any solutions. But, the Quebec provincial government did solve the problem many years ago already. So I'm pretty sure that if Quebec can do it, the federal government can do it as well.
So can you tell me about the process that's gone on in the last few years? When did the CRA come knocking? And I find it amazing that, now they say, we'll deal with it now. Are you disappointed? It hasn't been dealt with throughout the years.
Yeah, I think in Laval we want to turn the page on that darker time of our history. And it's sad to see that 13 years later, we're still talking about it. From my understanding, what happened is that, the scandals broke out in 2012, 2013. The mayor got arrested and went into jail in 2015 or so. The city was able to get the money back in 2016. Now, what happened since 2016 is that, from my understanding, is that Gilles Vaillancourt was trying to contest his taxes at the federal level, and after 10 years or so, he ran out of options. So now the CRA is saying, time's out, now you need to pay. So Vaillancourt's attorney are turning towards the city saying, hey, that money, we no longer have it, it's yours, so you're the one that should be paying those taxes to the government. So, in the last, for a bit more than a year, I've been talking to my political colleagues in Ottawa, and my staff have been talking to the public servants from the Canadian Revenue Agency as well, but nothing is moving. People are listening, but nothing changes. So that's why we are at the point of going out in the media with this story that I believe is outrageous, that it's unbelievable that the citizens that have been stolen will be taxed on that money. And to me, it does not make sense, and the situation has to be corrected.
So, the former mayor, Gilles Vaillancourt, he stole this money, but he is correct in that he gave that money back. That's correct that he gave the money back to Laval.
Yeah, and the thing that is going on is, as you've mentioned in your introduction, the revenue agency will tax anybody that makes money, whether it's on a legal way or illegal way. Actually, that's what happened to Al Capone many years ago when he was, distributing alcohol in the States. He got into jail because he didn't pay his taxes. So that's, this principle, I understand it is fine. But the thing is that it's like if the Canadian Revenue Agency doesn't take into account the second chapter of the story, which is he did not keep that money. The money came back to the city of Laval. We actually put it in a fund that finances a non-profit organization helping our kids in the poor neighborhood of Laval. So, it's the Canadian government should take into account that now the money came back to the victim. He's trying to tax the victim, and that's the stupid thing about it. It's like if you get your wallet stolen in the street, And when the police officer brings it back to you, you say, hey, I'm going to tax you on the bill that you have in this wallet. But you're just, taking back what was already yours.
Okay, so it sounds absurd, right? We're all hearing this, and it sounds absolutely absurd. But here's the question. I go back to the phone call that you had with François-Philippe Champagne. It was not, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay this. There was no clear indication that they're going to take care of this, even still today.
I think political will is there. My understanding is that he's having right now a conversation with the revenue agency to find a way to solve it. What the provincial government did is that they did charge the tax to respect the law, but then they refunded us afterwards.
Uh-huh.
So will it be that, or will it be, another legal way? I think they're trying to find the legal or the right way to do it. So I feel the will is there to solve the situation, but I don't want to call it solved. I'm still waiting to know exactly what's going to happen because the dossier did not go very far when talking in meetings. So hopefully, the public pressure will help this be on the pile of priorities to be solved. But my understanding is that the minister have the power to write off a tax from any individual or any enterprise. It's not a power that they use often. It's for very extraordinary cases, but I believe we are in this extraordinary case.
When your citizens complain about your city maybe putting administrative, burdensome rules and regulations that make their lives miserable, do you understand them a little bit better, given what you've had to deal with the CRA?
I don't need this to understand it. Sometimes it's easy to complain against politicians, but at the end of the day, we're also brothers and husbands and brothers, and we are citizens, and we live through those burdens as well. Actually, on my side, it's one of the things that motivates me to be in politics is that there's nothing that gets me more upset than when I have to go through red tape. And I try to make the city more easy to go around. It's not, and I understand the Minister of Finance. It's not always easy to change. The governments are like huge boats, and they're really hard to turn around. But our job is to make sure that it does turn around, even if it takes time.
Well, Mayor Boyer, I certainly hope that the CRA sees the light on this one, and you don't have to pay the price here. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much. Have a nice day.
That's the mayor of Laval, Stephane Boyer.
I'm Luke Wilson. Join me each week for Film Never Lies. Since retiring from the NFL, I've had a lot on my mind, and now I've got my own show. So if you're tired of lazy takes, if you want honest conversations, join us each week. Film Never Lies, available on all TSN platforms and the iHeartRadio app.